Welcome to the Iron Fork of Friday, folks. Dan, joining you once again today. Hopefully you have enjoyed our Friday of broadcasts, including the Dev Fireside, which was over on the Guns of Icarus channel. Yeah, despite the tech issues, that was actually me hosting it. That was not an issue with views. I'm still working on the OBS issues that caused the audio desync, but that is a story for another time. We have here a wonderful, fantastic Iron Fork of Friday for this October 3rd, 2014. And joining us today is the King Cake himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the captain of all pastries, Mr. James W. Scott.
Hello, everybody. Dan, I have to say, when you said wonderful and amazing, I thought you were going into introducing me. And when you said Iron Fork, I was originally disappointed. And then you launched into another introduction I like a little bit better.
I can scrap it all if you want.
No. Keep it in. Keep it in.
Okay.
We won't fix that part in post.
Now, before we get to anything else today, the password for today's events is what, James T. Kirk?
Has it been released? Has it been officially released? I don't think it's been officially released yet.
Has it been official? I'm checking here.
I don't think it has. That was close. That was a close one.
That's why I threw it at you.
so I could deflect it if necessary. Well,
you can deflect and readjust as needed.
Well, I guess now that we're just waiting for the password, take this opportunity to give a little, not necessarily a plug, but as you all know, us cakes, we love our birthdays. We're a big fan of all things birthday related. Oh, I like, Rob, I just noticed that little image you put up there. That's beautiful. I've got a better one to remind me to send you later. Anyway, back on topic. You know, we're a big fan of birthdays, and as we all know, Mr. Jacob, head of the Iron Fork, his special lady friend, Shadek Shademore, has a birthday on Monday. So happy early birthday, Shadek.
Happy birthday, Shadek. We're sending you cake in the mail.
Yeah, unless Dan eats it first. If you don't get your cake, Dan ate it.
There might be half of it missing. We'll see.
We
also have later this month a couple of cakes having their birthdays back to back.
Yeah, October is a popular month for birthdays. I can't imagine why.
I don't know why either.
I don't know. I'm stumped.
I don't know. I do not know. I wonder what happens 9 months from now.
9 months before now.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, no, I got you. That's why you keep me around.
Baby cakes?
Baby cakes.
9 months.
Cakes. It's when the cake stork comes.
Don't say it like that. We have Wolf Prince and Maddie Lee having birthdays back to back later on this month. Leaving the early 20s, I think.
Very, very early 20s, as in.
Well, I can see on the 20th or 21st.
I think it's closer to the 22nd, maybe.
Oh, well, there we go. There we go.
23rd is when it is.
Okay. I have not. We are still waiting on Jacob to publicly post the password.
Come on, Jacob. Get your stuff together.
Well, he was waiting on me. I fully admit he was waiting on me.
Well, we're ready, Jacob. You can go ahead.
Yeah. And Atlantic in chat is asking, why is Jacob Muse tagged? Is because he is actually a hire of Muse.
Yes, he is. He's got the green name and everything.
We have, but I don't know if you've noticed, by the way, Kirk, we have a lot of writers in here. Not a lot of writers, a lot of cakes in here.
A lot of writers in here. Yeah, don't you know, we recently merged clans.
we have abducted Lydia from the writers, for better or worse.
She is ours now. Get your own.
We are slowly converting her just like we did with Renaud.
There, Rob. I'm sending you a file that Balana found for me that is just absolutely beautiful.
By the way, did you know
when you get it? Yeah.
Kirk, did you know, being the leader of Cake, this is important for you to know.
Okay.
A clan has been made called Cake Watch.
Well, if you notice, Ig has switched clan tags about 4 times.
Yeah. This makes me worry, though. This makes me worry a little bit. What's going on with Overwatch?
Let's see. I mean, it's Overwatch is doing well to the best of my knowledge, and I'm in decently close contact with Zion. I think Ig is just messing with us. Let me. I'm gonna go look at the clan page, see how many people are in Cake Watch, and if we have to do an official merging. And if we did, we are not going with CAKW. We are probably gonna go with CKWT. I don't know. I'll think of something better because that's
I prefer
CKW.
Cake. I prefer if we just stick with Cake because it makes my life easier.
Oh no, Melon just left. Oh god, he's jumping on the bandwagon. I just got a message from Melon saying, "Can I get officer privileges back if I do something naughty?" I didn't reply, and he's just left the clan. I'm gonna reply no.
Kirk, the image is now on stream, and I have placed a clicked tweet in there in your honor.
Set phasers on party.
Isn't that beautiful?
Mr. Beach Bum, one of the writers, is saying apparently we aren't stealing Lydia.
Lydia, no.
Really?
Set
really?
Text to party.
Mr. Beach Bum, are you sure about that? Think about that really carefully. Think about it.
Think hard. Think. You gotta get your noodle working.
I did. All right. Iron Fork of Friday is about to start here. Jacob has nearly released the password. Honey liqueur. It's not liquor, honey liquor. It's honey liqueur in the British proper way of putting it.
Liqueur.
There's like about a billion U's.
There's about 17 too many U's. I'm uncomfortable with the amount of U's that are going on here.
It still boggles my mind why English people love the letter U. I mean, you think they would like E for English.
Oh no.
Or B.
No. We lost replaceable in Darwin to Cake Watch.
Oh no. I'm looking at the official list right now. We have Darwin, replaceable, Ig, Orlorn, a lot of other, and replaceable and Darwin are the only Cake converts right now. I think it's a subsection of Cake now. We're splitting into two sects. One believes in
this does not work. I am being invited to join the clan Crimson Sky Menace.
Oh, congratulations, Dan. Wow. I knew you'd make it in. You sent that application. I'm really sad you're leaving us, but I can't say I'm sad to see you go.
What's going on?
Goodbye.
What'd you do?
What?
Did you do something that I need to know about?
Maybe.
What'd you do?
You'll find out. Maybe. If not, that'll just be a joke between me and the writers.
Did you offer us in trade? Did you offer me in trade for Lydia? Because that was already denied.
I may have, I may not have. I'm unable to disclose the exact coordinations amongst clan leaders. That was made in good faith.
I didn't realize the Guns of Icarus had a draft.
The draft.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm giving an accommodation to the Cake Watch. Message 1 is yay. Message 1 is Cake Watch. Message 2 is yay. And their tag is boop and fire and mines and stuff with no commas at all.
They English good.
I can English, yes.
Now, there have been a couple complaints about how hard it is to spell liqueur.
Yeah.
Liqueur.
Let me see.
Apparently, this is themed around what Jacob is consuming at the time.
Ah. Well, usually we make our passwords around whatever's funny at the moment. For example, we had a scrim today, and the password was Kirk's belly button.
What?
Because it was decided. Well, because Melon and I were talking about how we fly very similarly, and someone said, "I think Kirk is Melon," and I said, "Yeah, Melon's I'm just making my belly button talk, and that's Melon." So that was right around the time we were deciding the password, so it ended up being Kirk's belly button.
You guys are weird.
Oh, we absolutely are.
You guys are incredibly weird.
I'm still trying to figure out why
Rob, let's not put the chat up.
Put me in there. Put what? Well, waiting. Oh, I see what he's doing. I thought he was putting the.
Oh, waiting for a majority of the captains to ready. I see what he's doing now.
I thought he was. Man, I got all excited because I thought he was going to put us, there's all the ships and here's your host.
I can't crop it any further at this size. OBS, please.
Guys, hey.
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 Oi.
It's time to go. Time to go.
Tap, 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 ding, ding, ding. Tap the glass.
Fred V has made a new clan called Rider Cake Menace Watch.
Oh, RSCW. I like it.
I don't like the CW.
You don't like. Let's view clan.
I fear for my life.
Wow, the clan jumping is just obscene.
Donkulous.
That's a word I haven't heard. Wow. So there are 2 people in here without clan tags today that are not part of. Oh, that are okay. Let's see. Let's count all the people that are not part of Cake or the Greater Cake Continuum. Okay? Tib has joined the Crimson Sky Menace. That's a shame. It's a shame to see him go. Let's see.
Is it?
It's CSM, right? Melon has joined CSM.
No. Is it a shame? I was asking.
Both. Both fudges have jumped ship. Wow, there's some serious Crimson Sky Menace recruiting going on here.
Everyone's joined Crimson Sky Menace.
Wow, they must have given a convincing speech over
or Luosi must be just
mind control.
Actually, it wasn't appropriate to say on stream, but so I'm not going to say it.
We'll just say he's doing something very akin to Zuka.
Ew. That's not what I was thinking about.
Well, that's what I'm always thinking about Zuka.
This is why we can't have nice things, folks.
Oh, Cake Admiral Obvious is asking if I'm taking the shot.
No,
Take the shot.
No. Take the shot. Do it.
No, he's not. We're finally getting started here. Finally getting started. First game of today's Iron Fork for October 3rd, 2014. Kirk, it's Water Hazard. Tell us about the map.
Water Hazard is a very open map similar to Dunes, but there is a little bit more hardcover in the form of very tall sort of stalagmite structures and some indestructible bridges. There's plenty of clouds, so it's easy to get a sniping match or a mid-range, even a brawling match, depending on what the 2 teams have brought, which we'll be seeing in a little bit here.
Loading in right now. Beginning in game here very shortly, folks. Once again, if you want to join, the password is Honey Liqueur. It's in our chat room. You can view it there.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to grab a spot, though. Today was packed.
Yeah, most of the lobby is cakes. It's going to be tough to get a spot.
All right, I'm in. If everyone else is in, no?
Loading is still happening for the cameraman, so there we go. Mary's popping the first ship. Flown by Tiberius III, a member of CSM or Cake or Riders. I'm not too sure. It's a lumberfish with flamers on the sides. Okay. We also have the bunker, piloted by Dimencio, aka Daniel. Right-hand side, Gat Mine. Front is a flamethrower, and left-hand side is mine flamethrower. We also have the Cake Spy model. What? Is this a joke? I don't get it. Okay. Flown by Crimson Sky Menace, Melon McCrabbernathy. On the right-hand side, Carronade Hwacha. Left-hand side, Lumberjack Hwacha with Artemis and a harpoon on the butt.
And for the blue team, we have the Vanilla Ice Ing, which is a lumberfish piloted by Admiral Obvious with, a Carafish, not a lumberfish, with a Gatling on the left and a Flamer on the right. We have the Ninja Fish, which is quickly going down, which is another Carafish with Flare Flamer. And finally, the Vampirio Hit This, which is a squid. It has a front...
Oh, my hit!
Artemis, left Carronade, rear Flamer.
That was some crazy stuff. Mary's Poppin' still does not have a balloon. They're struggling to keep any kind of altitude whatsoever. Vanilla Icing just lost its balloon as well. Vampire to this, getting hit hard by the Cake Spy Muddle. Cake Spy Mud? No, I can't say that. Muggle?
Muddle? I think it's Muddle. Cake Spy Muddle.
What about Muggle?
Oh, that's CSM! Cake Spy Muddle. That's the joke. Found it. I found the joke, everybody. I found the joke. I feel so smart right now.
My brain hurts. My brain seriously hurts. No score just yet. Ninja Fish and Vanilla Ice Ing has Mary Poppins against a wooden bridge there. That wooden bridge being stronger than steel.
Yeah.
Ninja Fish doing a number on that balloon. Mary's popping, going down. Vampiro toy this. I have no idea.
Oh, Cake Spy Model is coming in to try to save the Mary's Poppin from those two fish. He is full reverse coming in to bear that broadside. I'm actually surprised Mary Poppin's been in a 2v1 for quite some time.
They've got some good engineers on that ship. I mean, we have Jacob, Edonia, not quite as experienced, and Shattuck Shademore. At least two of those people I've flown with personally can say they know their stuff.
Yeah. And I mean that galleon has then just pulled. Whoa! Galley ram. Heyo. Oh,
you have to be careful about those.
Yeah, those will. I mean, look at that right there. I mean, he just bumped and then bumped again on the balloons, and that just knocked out his armor and then the rest of his perma.
Yep, Harpoon is going out there on the vanilla ice. Ing. Yeah, pause is required. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing about rams is it's, calculated pretty realistically where it's mass times velocity. Galleon, of course, being the most massive ship in the game and able to get himself quite a bit of velocity. Galleon rams are very, very effective.
By the way, unfortunately, Yggdrasil has released the secret reason as to why everyone was getting into CSM as Ninja Fish finishes off the Mary's Poppin 1-1. Everyone who got into CSM can now see the secret CSM private pages.
Oh no, all of their secret plans. Oh, Vanilla Ice
Ing
goes down to a Watcher from the Watcher lumber side to the Cakes, the CSM ship.
We can now steal all of CSM secrets.
Absolutely. Our Cake Spy Muddle network is reaching the far corners of the Guns of Icarus globe. Soon there shall be no clans, only cake. Hail the bakery.
Hail Hydra?
Hail the bakery.
Oh, right. Sorry, Hail Hydra's the wrong plan.
No, that's the
Brotherhood.
That's the Brotherhood. Hail the bakery.
Yeah.
Anyway, there is just lots of flamers going out today. Ninja Fish takes a mine into the Cake Spy Model.
Ninja Fish doesn't have much left. They're going down quickly.
Yeah,
Boom.
There she goes again. Red team is up 3-1 right now, and this has just been an absolute... Can't use that word.
It's been a serious brawl fest. And
yeah, I like that one.
Red team's been able to scramble just a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, they've really gotten themselves together. They're doing a little bit more coordination. I think they were, unless I'm mistaken, they got the first kill, and I think that sort of turned it for them.
Possibly. Certainly, they've just been able to scramble better. They've been able to get a little better brawls. Also, the fact that you're trying to send a squid against some of these ships, not helping.
Squids are a little bit more viable in 3v3s than they are in 2v2. Same with Spires. I mean, they still deserve some flack, especially when that hull goes down. But they're definitely not as horrendously ineffective. Well, I don't want to say horrendously ineffective, but generally ineffective as they are in 2v2s.
Fair enough. Blue team and red team both lining things up. Melon McCrabbernathy bringing the galleon to bear against the blue team as a whole. That lumberjack shots hitting the vanilla ice.
Ing.
That's never going to get old. Ninja Fish, they're getting really close to the galleon, taking out its balloon there.
Yeah, the balloon is still down on that galleon. I'm not sure. There it goes. Finally back up. But yeah, the blue team definitely could not hold out on that long-range engagement as long. They've got 2 blundies and a squid. So, I mean, they definitely have the advantage in closing in. Yeah.
Lumberjack shots coming in from the Cake Spy Muddle, doing a serious number on the vampire to this. Like, just ripping it to shreds with that lumberjack. It's not easy to hit with that lumberjack too when you're losing altitude because you have to recalculate for the additional drop in shot. But however, great shots there.
Yeah, the blue team has gotten a 2v1 on the Cake Spy Model, which means that there is a 2v1 on the red team as well on the Ninja Fish. We'll see who kills who first and is able to turn in the engagement.
I gotta say, I think the Cake Spy Model might have better luck with this just because it's easier to tank
a galleon
as a galleon, but it is a blender fish that's pressing him down against the ground. That balloon continuously going down, the armor continuously going down. That galleon is losing health a lot quicker than the Ninja Fish is.
Yeah, I don't really know what our squid is over here doing. Maybe trying to distract the bunker. I mean, we've gone from 2 2v1s to 3 1v1s. And I think blue team is going to do a little bit better in 1v1s with their 2 blenderfish, which are notoriously good at 1v1 combat.
Oh yes. I have seen people out 1v1 them with a double Carronade Pyramidion, but that is one of the few situations.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you get the jump on it, mines, of course. I'm always talking about how mines can turn an engagement in an instant, throwing gun arcs off, doing lots of damage to everything, putting fires all over the place. Oh, God! Wow, I mean, we are seeing some great mines from the bunker here on the Vanilla Ice. And then here come the Lumbers now. Galleon is back in action, and they were able to turn that one around with a little bit of help from his friends. Vampire, this is just circling like a shark, except not nearly as fearsome because it is a squid.
It has. I was gonna make a bark or bite joke, but I decided against it.
It's got a barking dog Carronade. You could have gone for it.
Its barking dog is worse than its bite.
Its barking dog is worse than its barking bite.
I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself.
Took a little teamwork, but we got it. Mary's popping. Oh, just got rammed by the Ninja Fish.
What is Ninja Fish doing? Fred the Fifth having a field day there.
And he is closing in on that Cake Spy model. Is that hydrogen? Because he was rising quickly. You might have flashed that on for a second there. Yeah, he is clearing that lumberjack arc, which is no easy feat. Just going right through the bunker, brings a tear to my eye. And
glorious.
As he charges no, he is turning to engage the 2v1. Whoa, what's he doing? What's his plan?
I think he's trying to reverse behind the Cake Spy model.
That was an excellent move. Those goldfish are really, really, really nimble. Ramming galleons doesn't work. They're too heavy. Admiral, stop. Anyway,
it has to be said, Ninja Fish being piloted by Fred the Fifth, expert pilot. He also has Lydia on his team as the gunner. These two people, Lydia and Fred the Fifth, have flown together a lot. They're both riders. They're both very experienced players of Guns of Icarus. They know how each other plays.
Cake Spy has finally just grounded out for the last time as Ninja Fish following his down. They're probably both going to turn on that Junker now. Blenderfish, of course, being very effective against Junkers.
Whoa, lumberjack shots!
From where? Wow, from the Mary's popping. Getting some good shots in. Wow, that's quite the distance.
That's some really good shots. I'm wondering who is... That's Jacob. Jacob is the gunner on the Mary's Poppin'. Great lumberjack shots there, keeping the Vanilla Ice disabled for the most part and out of this fight, while Ninja Fish and Vampire to this deal with the bunker in quick succession.
Yeah, I mean they've definitely got him now. I mean he's just falling down. They've got both their Carronade, they've got a Carronade and that Artemis on him. I mean they're just turning him into a giant hitbox for he's not there. He goes. Good ram.
Vanilla Icing has absorbed a lot of fire for the red team while his allies deal with that squid. With it gone, though, we turn to the Cake Spy muddle coming in very quickly on the Vanilla Icing. We could see a possible galleon ram coming in for Melon. Vanilla Icing is in trouble here. Let's watch see the hits. It did!
Kinda. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, they were getting ready for a straight up into the water, like, death hit. And it ended up with kind of just a bounce off the balloon. So, I mean, definitely Vanilla Icing definitely got the better of that ram, all things considered.
And with that being said, the Cake Spy model is now ground out on the water. Its armor is still down, and it's losing hull. I think a lot quicker than it guessed it would.
Yeah, I mean, their balloon's up now, their hull's up now. They've got that mallet in. I mean, again, blue team, well, not again, but blue team has turned this around quite nicely into a 4v4, and it looks about to be 4v5 if they can continue on the Cake Spy model here.
Cake Spy model doesn't really have an opportunity to get back up with the Vanilla Ice continuously controlling it, but great watcha shots there on that goldfish.
However, with them tanking the hull and the balloon, they were not able to keep those chem spray cycles up, and that flamethrower is doing quite the number on them.
There are a lot of fires on that galleon right now.
Yeah, he is. I mean, and if you just like, hey, Gunner, go downstairs real quick and take a couple shots between Engineer. I mean, he's not going to be able to shoot anything.
Mary's Poppin' has been called off from the rest of this fight to try and deal with the Vanilla Icing.
Oh, this might be enough to turn it around as he drops into those watcha arcs.
Look at that. Look at that. Ninja Fish came in from the side of Mary's Poppin', knocking him completely out of arc, giving Vanilla Icing time to continue to deal with and lock down the Cake Spy model.
Oh boy, I mean there's a lot going on right now, frankly. I mean there's a lot of engagements. The Vampire to this, in the bunker are off in the corner doing whatever it is they're doing. Ninja Fish is cruising up right next to Mary's Poppin'. Oh, he's going in on the Galleon. I see what he's doing now. I mean, I guess they're just going to focus fire this Galleon while this Lumberjack... I don't know why the Lumberjack is pulled in so closely. The Mary's Poppin'...
That's a really good question. Why would the Mary's Poppin' be so close?
I mean, he's using that flamer now, but I don't know why you would put yourself in a position to have to use that.
In addition, it gave Admiral Obvious the perfect opportunity to just let a massive tar cloud out all over the Mary's Poppin', which actually seemed to have slowed down their ability to put out damage drastically while those two goldfish got the kill on the Galleon.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Just because you don't break a gun with tar doesn't mean you haven't damaged it. And a damaged weapon shoots slower, does less damage. I mean, it's just all around. It turns slower. It's just an all around bad situation.
It's a pain in the butt, is what it is.
Yeah, that basically. And here comes the squid again, just running circles around its targets. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, he's got Artemis Caro, which is an interesting combination to start with. He's flying it really interestingly. I'm still not entirely sure if I like it, but they're winning, so there's that much to be said at least.
Mary's Poppin' is struggling in this situation. A lumberfish cannot fend off an enemy in close range. It simply does not function. Meanwhile, Vanilla Ice Ing is trying to deal with the bunker with some tar as best it can, but the bunker has locked in on Vanilla Icing's back portion and has forced it into a couple mines.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the tar cloud is it does not spawn directly behind your ship. It's got a little space, and if you actually close in close enough to a ship, you can get between the ship and its tar cloud, completely avoiding it altogether.
In addition, it does have drift on this map. It drifts to the east. All clouds do. There goes Vanilla Ice.
A good mine hit to strip the armor, followed by another mine hit to finish it off. Good timing.
That was an extra long pause.
Good timing, Dan. There was a couple extra.
Oh, goodness. Did you see that Galleon ram? Cake Spy Metal coming in and getting a solid knock on the Ninja Fish, taking out its balloon.
With the effectiveness of a Loch Nagar Carronade, the Cake Spy Metal comes in and does its work.
Coming in, and this is a nasty 2v1 going on here. Bunker and Cake Spy Metal both taking advantage of the Ninja Fish in this situation.
Oh, mine hit. He is off target. And Vampire is trying to... Oh, they've been harpooned. Oh, that squid has been harpooned. There he goes. Whee!
That is not a trip. You could just see the squid there struggling against that cable, pulling it in towards the Cake Spy Muddle. It's just shouting there, I don't want to go.
No, you can't make me.
Bunker is getting a little low there, going below Ninja Fish. Is their balloon is not down. It may have been knocked out for a little moment there.
Is dropping right into a minefield. That's got to be some careful piloting to keep yourself out of this one.
This is a very bad situation for the Cake Spy Metal. They're obviously worried about those mines from their ally. And in the meantime, their ally simply cannot support them that well because they need to be careful with all those mines. Ouch. That looked like it hurt. And Cake Spy Metal are both damaged.
Yeah. And all three blue ships are in there. The Mary's Poppin' is in lumberjack range. Shots aren't quite landing yet. It should only be a matter of time. There we go. Now we're starting to get some hits.
It's not going to be enough. Vanilla Icing can absorb it.
And that's game. Blue team turn that one around from a disadvantageous first engagement to...
Is that even a word?
Disadvantageous?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. Google that.
Can I dictionary check you like Scrabble on this? We're gonna figure this out here, folks.
Disadvantageous. It is indeed a word.
I lost my check. You get an extra 5 points.
Yes.
Darn it.
Involving or creating unfavorable circumstance that reduce the chance of success or effectiveness.
Now, I have a quick question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
What is the most important part of a ship flown by Cake?
The flamethrower? Like, is that even a question?
Dan?
It's the synergy of all the different fiery implements happening at the same time.
No, too long. It's the bake sales.
Oh my God, you're fired.
Bye. Bye. That's it. I'm done. Bye, everyone.
You made Kirk quit.
Done.
Yep. He gone. I don't blame him in this situation either. That was bad. Oh, and you made him go off the screen too. How dare you?
Oh my gosh. You guys are killing me. I'm gonna die young, and they're gonna be like, "What happened?" It's like too many bad jokes.
Admiral Obvious has officially asked, "What's wrong with you?"
When Admiral Obvious thinks your joke was too dumb.
Yeah, he's the king of dad jokes. He makes some of the worst jokes on the planet, and you went worse than him.
Oh my gosh. Yesterday, Admiral was making dad jokes. I of course, made a comment, an offhand comment that I was hungry. And he goes, "Hi, hungry, I'm Admiral." I got so fed up with it, I relogged into the Mumble under the name Hungry and said hello to everyone. Just as a middle finger to Admiral.
Wow.
Ugh.
I have no comment.
And
got
none is
nothing.
required. None is required.
Everyone, thank you for joining us here on twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show. We appreciate you being a part of this wondrous, fantastic event.
Yeah, I mean, spots are getting tighter and tighter and tighter every single
It's
week.
hard to log into it today. It's hard to get in on it.
Yeah, today, I mean, there was a couple weeks ago where it was almost empty and we had to get a whole bunch of people in, but like this week, whoo, there was like 5 slots available. It was
You
9.
cannot get a slot. And we have over 100 people waiting just to get into games.
So what you're saying is
100
everyone should be like Cake and rise to the occasion.
Stop.
I quit.
I've heard that one. I've heard that one. That's old.
You
That's
are
old.
on your own.
All right,
I'm
Kirk,
done.
Rob and
done.
Kirk show. Or do you like Kirk and Rob show? I like Kirk and Rob show. What do you think?
Yeah, that would work.
Kirk and Rob show. And we get can we make the set Phaser Zone party? Can we make that our new logo instead of
Yes.
that stupid R&D?
Yes.
Maybe we can put like your face in the corner or something.
The FCC has said I'm required to stay on air.
Ah! We had already made arrangements for the new logo.
Well, too bad.
Oh, scrap the logo.
Scrap it. Scrap it.
The cake writing.
The cake riding Skywatch?
Oh, now it's just creeping up in the corner. Like, you guys want to have a party? You guys, does somebody have a birthday sometime soon?
You guys scare me.
Oh my gosh! Now I have to Officer Melon. Now that all that's over. No, after the stream.
After the stream, Melon. Rob, stop being creepy. It's like he's watching us through the window.
Psst, kids, want to buy some cupcakes?
So we had a couple announcements during the dev fireside that you might be interested in. Kirk, stop! Not Kirk, stop it. Rob, stop it!
He's so used to yelling at me.
I'm sorry. Rob, stop it! I'm used to yelling at him too.
Just you're a yeller. You're a yeller.
Old Yeller.
Oh, Kirk, take a screenshot. Lydia's in cake. Take
Got
a
it.
screenshot. Yes.
I took the shot. I took the shot.
You took the shot.
I took the shot.
Took the shot.
Oh my gosh. That was what is happening right now?
I don't know.
Anyway,
We had-
announcements.
We had a couple announcements on the 2-year anniversary from Muse today
Ooh.
during the dev fireside. One of them is that there will be a new 2-year anniversary cake theme
Yes.
for ships.
Finally, all of that infiltration into the Muse hierarchies paying off. Cake themes. What a coincidence.
Oddly enough.
Ha! I wonder who put that one in order.
You're not slipping Jacob a $20 bill right now, are you?
Just take it. Just take it. Go.
Just take it.
Just take the money.
That should be fun.
No,
In addition, we announced the brackets for the R&D Invitational, and you guys, Cake, we'll be flying against Glowwater Thralls.
Well, we've had some experience with thralls before, and in a couple SCSs and such. And when we plan, it goes well. I remember one in particular where I was like, okay, our first match is canyons. We were practicing canyon strategies, canyon builds, and they're gonna probably do this, and we can, do this in canyons. And the first match we won, and we were like, yeah. It was like Labyrinth. We were like, crap, we forgot to plan for the other matches, and
oops.
So it worked. But it's best of 3. This was right in the middle of the Hephaestus, so we were like.
I remember that. You guys did a really good job.
Yeah, so we were in that best of 1 mentality. So yeah, we're definitely going to put our best foot forward. Most certainly, we're getting crews are coming together. Training is starting to go down. We're starting to get. Cake's number 1 weakness has always been we don't have any career gunners.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some really good pilots.
It's because I can't fly competitively.
I know. It's because you're always behind the camera. Well, not behind the camera, but you're always the voice. You can't be.
There is a camera.
That's right. You do the cameraing. But
if you guys tuned in during the Fallout New Vegas stuff today or yesterday, I had the camera on.
You did indeed, Dan, have the camera on. Congratulations. But we haven't had enough gunners that can actually play in the matches there. Does that make you happy? Does that statement make you?
Yes.
We haven't. So we're doing a little bit of training right now. We're getting some guys. We're getting some lumberjackers. We're getting some heavy flackers. We're getting
don't say lumberjackers.
Lumberjackoffs. Is that better?
Can you hear my will breaking?
Yes, I can. See, excellent.
Okay.
One day it will break.
Unlimited power?
Unlimited power. Unlimited power. Do it. Kill him. Do it. Kill him.
Rob, what have you done?
You're welcome.
I can't see. It's he's freaking out because it was gluten free and just disgusting. Disgusting. You need that fat. You need that sugar. You need that delish.
You know what gluten free is, right?
Aren't people allergic to gluten? Isn't gluten like the... I know that some people are allergic to gluten, and then it spawned like a gluten-free diet sort of thing.
The gluten-free diet itself is ridiculous. Let's all be honest.
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah. That's what I said, thing.
But there is such a thing called celiac disease, where your body is not able to handle gluten.
I'm having a deja vu moment. I feel like we've been here before.
We have.
Like this exact image, you explaining to me what gluten is. Like
gluten is flour.
I just got hit deja vu real hard. Have we? We've been here.
We have.
We have. I know.
And apparently it didn't sink in.
What do you mean it didn't? Of course it didn't sink in. I can't learn.
Now I've got an image coming up for you, Dan.
Oh boy.
I give up. I'm done. I am so glad the match is starting. I cannot handle this. I am not an emotionally responsive individual to the point where I can handle this.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, pretty good. I made that reference.
Battle on the Dunes is the map. And we're getting into it here very shortly. Kirk, tell us about it.
I mentioned on the first match that Water Hazard is much like Dunes. However, Dunes has less hardcover and slightly less clouds. It usually goes into a lot more long-range engagements more often than Water Hazard does. But Iron Fork is Iron Fork, and of course, we've got our flamers and brawly stuff all ready to go.
We'll be getting into loadouts here as soon as our cameraman loads in. Wait, there he is. We have the SS Internal Bleeding, flown by, now a Cake once again, Tiberius III, Caro Flamer, a classic Cake build, with a mine and a flare on it. It is Pyramidion. We also have the VSS Giddy Goat, flown by Replaceable. Once again, a cake. Lumberjack and Heavy Flak on the right-hand side. Left-hand side is Watcha Carronade with a Gat and a Harpoon on the back. Now, this is a new rider version of the Galleon, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. We also have the Vampire to this. Once again, flown by Ink Jet. On the front, it is a squid, by the way. On the front, an Artemis. On the side, a Carronade. And the back is a Flamethrower. Go ahead, Kirk.
And on the blue team, we have the Voosh.
Whoosh.
Whoosh, which is a Lumberfish piloted by Karhos with a Flamer Gat on the side. We have the Galley Galley. I like that. Which is double flak Merc. Ooh, I kind of like that a little bit. And
This might work out.
I'm feeling the vibes. And on the other side, we have Whole Watcher Carronade. And wrapping things up, we have the Melon Midian, which just had someone jump off. Which is
It was fudge. It was one of the fudges.
Come on, fudges. Get your stuff together, which is Mine Artemis. That's very interesting. I'm excited to see how that works out. With Mercury Slayer Gun on the side. I'm really excited to see how this one ends up.
Things are getting silly here.
Things are getting just straight up silly.
Things are getting silly. The Internal Bleeding and Giddy Goat are both taking some fire here. Giddy Goat taking more than most. One thing I'm really excited about is the Galley Galley, which not only has Zemko on, one of the best gunners in the game, but it has Lydia on it as well as at least one or two more riders. Yep, Fred the Fifth is on that ship as well. That one's gonna be one to watch out for.
Yeah, Lydia, of course, our newest cake.
Newest cake member. Thank you, Lydia, for joining Cake. We appreciate it.
Yeah, congratulations on your acceptance. We hope
you officially approved your application, right?
Oh, absolutely. I personally, you know, protocol must be adhered. And happy birthday, Lydia. Welcome to the family. Galley Galley is running around, and they're making a nice little arc position up on the green team. The red team, which is all clustered up.
Are you okay?
I am mildly delusional. Yes.
There we go. Vampire to this, starting to take a little bit of fire there. A few of those flag shots hitting. Armor is down on it. Metal Midian coming in as well. Vampire to this, getting their armor back up and ready to go. Metal Midian taking a lot of fire there. Most of their ship is burning to the ground.
Oh,
guns going down. Armor is going down. Hull is taking some serious shots there on the butt.
I don't like this move by Melon. He is rushed in an attempt to draw their fire away so that the other ships can start doing things, which, I mean, he's done, but at what cost? The other ships have done next to no permanent damage to anything, and he is almost dead at this point.
You know what Melon did?
He didn't take a shot, did he?
He took the shot, but he also took a lot of he absorbed a lot of enemy fire, just a little too much.
He absorbed too much enemy fire, and the Vampire has gone around and is on the Galley Galley. Got their balloon down. They're sinking slowly. She's probably just gonna ride them down. Keep Artemising Galley. Oh, I see what the build is now. Oh, it's also clear. Carronade out their balloon, use the good downward arcs to the Artemis to get disables. Okay.
Huh.
Okay, I like it. And now that I see what's up, I actually kind of like that.
Huh.
A lot of innovation going on today in this Iron Fork match.
There's some thinking, and it frightens me.
Don't think.
You know what's really making me sad, though? There aren't any Inferno builds in this.
Oh, maybe we'll see one later.
We need to see more Inferno builds. I want to see everyone flying in Inferno.
One of them,
yeah. 2 or 3.
Yeah, one of the variations, which for all of you following along at home are Flamer Hades, Flamer Artemis, and Flamer Gat.
The side gun is really what makes the flavor. Depending upon if it's version 1, it's a light flag. Versions 2 and 3, it's a Banshee. Oh my God! Internal Bleeding gets a ram kill on the Galley Galley.
That was very nice. A good just sit right on top of them, and it looks like they're hitting its own medicine. Whoosh! Oh wow! And then they got hit. Mine goes a little wide, but they're just in so much trouble right now. They've got 2 ships on them right now. Vampire, will they be able to get in here in time? I think we're about to see a Flamer kill.
I think we are going to see a Flamer kill. Internal Bleeding has no real engines to speak of at this point. They are in this situation in a sitting cake. Vampire to this, though, is all over the whoosh.
Whoosh. Melon Midian.
Oh, God.
Just absolutely finish him off. Vampire getting a little bit of Gatling. No threat to the permanent. However, there's a mine. Ouch. There they go. Weapons off. Melon Midian cruises right on by.
The mines in this game so far have been ecstatic.
Oh, that's
Vampire
a good tar. That's
look
a
at that
good tar. That is a good tar. Even if that doesn't break anything, that has completely stopped the Melon Midian's advance in pursuit.
There are a few things that can stop Melon in his tracks from a solid charge. Mines plus a tar cloud is one of those few things.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, they just popped another mine right on the other side of that cloud in case he did try to pursue. That would bounce him back in.
Oh, look at this. Oh, Galley coming in. Galley's coming in hot, too. They are moving forward like the devil.
Let's see those flax. Let's see those flax. Come on.
It looks like they tried to get a ram on one of those ships, I believe the internal bleeding, but they missed by a mile.
Ooh, Galley and Giddy Goat. I mean, Giddy Goat is going in on the Galley. Galley is not going in on the Giddy Goat. That was fun.
Does that even make sense to anyone? Oh, we did lose a ship. The Vampire to this did finally go down. That squid taking a little too much damage there. 2-2, all tied up.
Ooh. And, I mean, now, but however, we have 3 blue ships to the 2 red ships. Galley has got their close range on the Giddy Goat. And, I mean, watches are going down. Galley's got a little bit better accuracy than the Giddy Goat. But there's a nice minefield setup stopping any sort of serious direct advances.
This minefield is causing a lot of problems. There are multiple ships, I believe on both sides actually, that are laying mines. Both are trying to play the mines to their advantage, but they're only kind of slowing things down right now, which I believe favors the blue team in this situation.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, I'm not sure if, although my opinions on the positioning of the blue team here.
It's definitely iffy, but the fact of the matter is that there's a lumberjack, there's 2 heavy flax, and there's a mercury.
Oh, there it goes!
My God,
there it goes! Wow, that was. I think they shot the 2 flax, like the merc shot, the flax shot, and the merc shot again, and that dropped the hole right before the flax hit, and that absolutely annihilated that Pyramidion. That was gorgeous.
Nothing. There's oh, that was the Pyramidion. I thought that was a squid for a second there. There was nothing that Pyramidion could do. Internal bleeding spawns back in very close to the Galley.
Do they even have enough time to get to the helm? Does he even have time to get to the helm before this goes in? No. Oh, man. And he is just down. And now he is on that side. I'm sure they have loaded up Lochnagar. However, the Vampires done come in with that Artemis.
No Lochnagar there in the flax. Galley did not load Loch into the flax.
Yeah, and now they've got themselves into a 2v1 with that rush. However, Melon Midian is going in on the Giddy Goat. The Vampire is getting those Artemises down. Got 1 gun down.
Red team is having trouble closing a deal right now from the looks of things. Giddy Goat getting pushed backwards. Mine hits, succeeding. Flag shots missing. Those would have killed the Galleon, but they went wide to the left.
Oh, I mean, I think we're seeing a very, very, very successful charge from the blue team right now. They've definitely caused a lot of chaos, broken the red team's ranks. There's 1 flak. We gonna get a second flak? No, I think they're busy on repairing. Just short.
They are struggling a little bit. Flag did hit, but armor came back up on the Giddy Goat before those 2 flags ended up hitting.
Yeah, I mean, it's just those.
Giddy Goat's armor is about to go down again. We're gonna need to watch this closely. Galley has armor down as well, but they aren't quite as big of a risk in this situation. Giddy Goat has almost no engines. Mine right above and to the right. They have to be very careful in this situation.
Oh, they are very close to that. There it goes. Hit them both. The internal bleeding just. Oh, there goes.
Oh God.
Wow, we are seeing these flax working. I mean, not all the time, but when they work, oh man, do they work.
This is ridiculous. Giddy Goat is all alone. Its allies are
there
dead.
Goes the hole.
Armor is down.
Flax should be coming any second. Here they come. Boom. Shakalaka. And boom goes the dynamite.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Oh, gave them the old razzle dazzle.
Look at this spawn back in here. Internal bleeding spawns in all alone.
Yeah, and here comes the focus fire of the entire blue team as no other red ships have spawned in. Oh man, Melon. No, this is Tib flying is probably
Panic might be ensuing here.
Yeah. However, he has pulled. I mean, he's only pulled the Melon Minion off, which does have mines, which are not so good for pursuing, as we just saw. He mined himself. So we're seeing.
Whoa, hey, Vampire to this. Another red ship there. Just got hit by a couple mines. Flags are coming in. They are at serious risk of going down here. Nothing but a sliver of hull left.
On that squid too, which of course has itty bitty bits of perma or of armor, and I mean just paper thin. That thing's gonna go down any moment now.
Watch a shots going out, but missing. Great tar drop there on the galley.
Yeah, gonna at least throw off direct line of sights, even if they've still got that spot on. Oh, Voosh is coming in. We're gonna ram. Gonna try to finish him off.
Not quite.
Not quite enough. This Watcha, still not quite enough. Wow, they're doing a really good job holding on. That is some tanking. That is some first-rate tanking going on that squid. Melon Minion.
Looking at component health there on the Vazoosh, their engines definitely took a serious shock there. They only just came back up to full, and even then, these blue ships are having trouble closing the deal on the van. Never mind. There they go.
There they go. That is it.
That goes again.
There she goes. Anyway, that was a very good charge on the blue team. They messed up Red's ranks, and then they were just able to get them in their spawn.
I think they showed the controlling efforts of what they had available. When they were able to be aggressive, they were definitely doing better than when they were forced to hold back. But those long-range weapons between the galleon and the goldfish was simply too much for them to handle. Although the Melamidian did have a merc on it too.
Yeah.
So
no, on the side, yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It didn't see much use at all.
Correct. I don't know why I'm doing this.
I'm in the mood for a good Anglian. I mean, as long as we don't get raid, I think I'll be happy.
Okay.
I mean, angling matches are fun because you've got those three main lanes. I mean, you got top, you got mid, you got bottom, to really close in on either team spawn. Good lines of sight, but plenty of clouds as well. So,
Rob, for the record, I can see if you to try to vote for Refinery. I can see you. Okay, thank you.
All right.
We'll see what pick comes up here. Once again, thank you folks for joining us here on twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show for the Iron Fork of Friday. We held this every single Friday afternoon and evening for about 2 hours.
It's good fun.
It is enjoyable. Anglian Raider is the map.
Hey, Glean. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So, Kirk.
Yes.
Now that you guys and all the other teams that are participating know what the brackets are going to be for the R&D Invitational, what do you think of the outcomes of some of these matches? Is there anything you're going to be keeping your eye on?
Oh geez. I mean, I was so focused on the EU bracket. I didn't even think to look at the here. I've got a link right here. I'll pop it up and see I'll tell you what I think of the American bracket. I mean, while that's loading, I'm definitely not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely happy with our pitch and things. I am excited to go against the Thralls.
The Thralls are not an easy opponent. They've decided they're making a big shindig of this, mostly because this is going to be the last time Scrim is going to fly competitively.
Ooh, wow. So they're going to be full on. We've got to put our best foot forward as planned.
Yes.
Let's see. Hydra, Zills, Merryman. That might be a fun one to watch go down. Of course, I'm going to be watching my own game. Might even be playing in it. I don't know. We haven't locked down anything yet, but we're just getting teams together.
I know a couple people have predicted Praetorians SPQR will run the gamut.
Okay.
For the tournament, not just the US bracket.
But once we cross as well. Okay. All right. I could see that happening. They've definitely put up strong showings in most of the things they have attended.
A lot of people also are predicting that Mad Hatters, Cake,
Mhm.
and the Brotherhood are going to be the underdogs
Yeah,
for this event.
yes, definitely. Cake is always the underdog. I mean, no matter what. I mean, that's just the way things are. That's the reputation we've made for ourselves.
Does that ever bug you though?
No, because
No?
everyone loves the underdog. Like every movie protagonist is an underdog at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, it also fits in with our sort of, I mean, not our mission statement, but you know, it's fun to watch the underdog take on teams that they're not seeded to win. And Cake, we often win against teams that we have no business winning against. So that always makes for really, really exciting and entertaining and fun to watch matches. And that's really what I'm out there for, is I want to make, you know, good entertainment for people to watch and go, oh yeah, and get really, you know, emotionally attached.
Mm-hmm. We can look forward to the map rolls happening 2 weeks before the first day of events for the European games, and a week after that for the next week's games.
Getting real hype. I'm getting real hyped, Dan.
People will have time, teams will have time to practice the specific maps they will be given. And maps will be randomly generated. I will say this, the brackets were not randomly generated. We took a long time between myself, Oracle, and two other folks to pick exactly how we wanted this to play out.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to give people the best opportunities to make it through the brackets, each individual teams, to have a couple great games,
mm-hmm.
while at the same time emphasizing how very high stress this is going to be. And it is. We understand that this is going to be high stress, but at the same time, it's going to make for a darn good show. And it really is. This is the best of the best from this entire year of competition, especially with your group, with Cake. I mean, at the beginning of the year and going into spring, Cake was not in a good position.
Oh, yeah.
Anything.
Yeah, absolutely. We were definitely bottom seeded in a lot of the things, but we had a competitive revamp that I have talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that was basically us just, you know, saying, all right, we gotta get down to business. It's not fun showing up every week just to lose. So we buckled down and we started actually training and actually practicing and, you know, setting up scrims with people and getting things together. And we definitely turned ourselves around, and just in time for the Hephaestus challenge. And we put up a really, really strong showing. I mean, we seeded third in our division, and what put us in the silver brackets, which we got second in. And although we were eliminated in the first round of the gold brackets, at the beginning of the tournament, if you had said, is Cake going to make it to gold? Most people would have said no. So
yes,
we exceeded pretty much everyone's expectations. And I mean, we had a really good time doing it. And there were some beautiful, beautiful moments. Beautiful little moments. The of course, the one that shall forever be held in infamy, the secret to Cake victory, which I'll throw in chat here as soon as I pull it up on YouTube.
Actually, I think Obvious was quoting it.
Yes, that is how absolutely historic this is. Here, there it is in chat right now. Just give that a little watch. It's not even 2 minutes long. It's
worth your time.
It's absolutely, because that was one of the most stressful. I wasn't flying that day. I was casting that day with Imagine. That happened to be one of the ones that I was. I
remember that day of casts as being, I need to go back and listen to how Kirk handled it.
I got a little excited.
You did. And I remember you're as things progressed through that match, it became a little bit of trepidation, a little bit of hope and surprise and shock, and then, oh God, win!
Yeah, because that was Sacrilege, who at the time, unless I'm mistaken, was the #1 seeded team in that division. Were they not?
In that division, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Because we really hadn't seen what the Holy Roman Army was capable of at the time. So they probably were #1 seed.
They were the big dogs, and we were the little cats.
Mm-hmm. We are, however, getting into the map. We will talk more about this as we go. Anglian Raiders is the map. Kirk, tell us about it.
Alien Raiders. I talked about this a little bit just a couple seconds ago. It's an opener map, but there's a lot of hard cover to dip and dart around. The two teams spawn in opposite corners of the map, and to get to the other team's spawn, you can go right through the middle, over around the top, or around the bottom, much like your big MOBAs. It's pretty cool, actually.
The first ship in the lineup having a party. It's a squid piloted by Melon. Front Flamer, side Artemis, back Carronade. That should be interesting. It has the Fudges and Luosi on it. Oh dear.
The Fudges.
We also have the Great VGS. That's Daniel's Spire. He's flown that tons of times. It is a Hwacha Spire, Flamethrower, Carronade, and Hades on it. And we have the Vampire to this. Another squid piloted by Inkjet, Gatling, Banshee, and Mine Launcher on that. Go ahead, Kirk.
And of course, the blue team once again bringing the whoosh. However, this time it is reincarnated into a Gat Flak Promethean. What is this? 2013 with a Mercury flare gun on the side. Next, we have the Galley Galley, once again making an appearance with a Mercury gun and that double flak. Awesome! I'm really excited to see that one go again with a Carronade Hwacha on the other side. And wrapping things up, the SS Internal Bleeding, which is the same build we saw last time, Caro Flamer with Mind Flare on the side.
So we have two very different conflicting thoughts on how to manage a Crazy King going against each other here. We have the red team, which is very heavy squid.
Mm-hmm.
So very much on the key of get to the points first and brawl them down. Just exhaust them. Run circles around them. And then we have the blue team, which is much more focused on sitting firepower, which is primarily focused around the Galleon, which says we sit on a point whenever we can get to it, and we do not move. Our butts are big enough that it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, and that's definitely reflecting in their strategy already. I mean, red team has capped the point. They're like, all right, C time. And blue team is good. All right, we're not getting B. Let's go set up at C. So both teams know what the other team's basic strategy is, and they're playing accordingly. And I mean, it's pretty good. That means the captains clearly know what's going on strategy-wise. So we'll see if who outdoes whom.
It's certainly interesting to see these two different ways of playing a Crazy King going against each other, because usually you see
Great VGS takes a heavy ram.
Ooh, ouch. Normally you see maybe a squid and a Galleon on the same team with a Pyramidion or a goldfish or whatever, or you'll see a couple Galleons and a goldfish flying together. You'll never really see these two individual doctrines so differently represented in the same game.
Yeah, and I mean, it's definitely two extremes going on. And I mean, we'll see which one wins out. I don't think the red team's going to be able to get the Galley Galley off the point in the next 5 seconds. But I mean, again, I really don't know how this is going to turn out, because I've done both strategies on Crazy King matches, and I've found both to work and not work. They
Easily.
both work, and they both not work. So I mean, it's really isn't anyone's game.
Usually the reason that one doesn't work is it because it runs into the same strategy or the other strategy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a rock paper scissors things at all. It's more.
They're each direct counters to one another depending upon how well they're played.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like rock and scissors if scissors also beat rock.
Having a party and Vampire to this, not having an easy time right now with the Galley Galley. All three blue ships are on the point. Red team has blocked it for the most part up until now, but red team is flipping it at this point.
I mean, having a party is moving in on Whoosh. It took me a while to figure out what a lot of the other builds were doing. I don't know what they could possibly be doing with Gat Flak.
It doesn't make any sense. Gat Flak hasn't worked for ages.
Gat Flak, I made a joke. What is this, 2013? Because that was the meta. I mean, I think even at this point last year, the meta had switched over to Gat Mortar. Oh, heavy flak goes in. 60% of the damage on the Vampire, does a whole lot. It was inside of that arming time. However, it still does.
Goomba Stomp on Vampire to this. Being focused down by the internal bleeding, goes behind the Pyramidion though. Vampire to this, dropping a little bit of tar and a mine in the tar cloud. Good strategy, did not work out for them in this situation though. Internal bleeding already dodged the shot before it had launched.
Yeah, I mean, having a party here is just sticking around that smokestack of the big ship here, or the big refinery, whatever this thing is, and is attempting to block the point. Oh, he got forced out the top though, and this does go over to blue team. They don't get enough as many points as red got on their first spot, so red was able to contest this at least long enough.
I think that was what red's goal was. While these two squids have been wasting the blue team's time, the Great VGS has already gotten towards D and is ready to sit on the point. These two teams have these two squids have tied up 3 heavily armed blue ships.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of heavy flax going on, especially for a lot of that. I mean, there's a lot of flax in general, which travel relatively slow compared to a lumberjack or Hades. Even I think they travel a little bit slower than. But you know, Hades, you got this big old clip, heavy flak. You got 2 shots, and you got a little teeny tiny window to get them in on. Squids, of course, get their armor up quickly. They move quickly. Everything about them is just quick. So, I mean, yeah, they're doing a great job just flying around, being annoying and distracting. What Squid's job is.
Fair point. Fair point. I agree. Great VGS right on the next point on D, preparing to fend off any of those blue ships that are going to come their direction. It looks like blue team has moved off of C entirely. They feel confident with the fact that red team is not going to be able to even try and take it back as it finally ticks down here. Yeah. Vampire to this is stuck in behind enemy lines in the situation, heavily disabled but not dead just yet. That's probably the worst position you could be in for Crazy King, though.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess the worst position you could be is something like a squid or a goldfish with low perma moving in on the next point.
Yes.
By yourself.
Makes a very good point, yeah.
But I mean, red team has... I mean, we were talking about how red team is mostly focused on being quick and being, you know, agile and going from point to point. However, they have the Great VGS, which is Aspire, the slowest ship in the game, which has been playing Sentinel, setting up on the next point while the squids do their squid thing.
This is reasonable too. You don't necessarily want to assault a point with a Spire. It's low damage threshold, makes it a very weak target to absorb that firepower coming out from ships like the Voosh or the internal bleeding. Having the party getting flamed out, but not a ton of damage being laid onto that permahull just yet.
I don't know. I mean, having a party is doing a great job keeping it in the effective range of the Spire. You know, these Hades
they're gonna bounce. They're gonna bounce. Armor is down.
Yeah, but they're all right. They didn't take it hard. Vampire coming in to give a hand. Internal bleeding is out on their own on the next point. I think Blues just said screw it, and they're going in and they're setting up on E definitely. Galley is kind of poking his nose out.
It's the opposite of do it. Screw it. This gives the red team quite a bit of breathing room in this situation.
Yeah, I mean this is 103 points just piling on. It gives them 300 of the 550 they need, puts them well over the halfway point to blue team, not even a fifth of the way there yet.
Even if blue team were to take every other point in consecutive order, they would have to fight red to the points as well, which in this situation with the Galleon, they're going to have a very tough time doing because those squids are being very active and extremely destructive and distracting.
Yeah. And I mean, Blue team is made up of 2 Permidians and a Galleon. I mean, ships known not for their speeds, but for their weight, which, I mean, is not necessarily, I guess it's good to have once you're on the point to just sort of tank it, but...
You got to get to it first.
Yeah, Great VGS takes a heavy flak right after their armor goes down. I don't think they're going to be able to survive another onslaught like that one. Hwacha goes a little wide.
We're going to need to watch their armor because I'm certain the blue team is watching the armor of the Great VGS as well.
Yeah, as soon as that goes down, well, I mean, you almost need to pre-fire the flaks at this distance because they are camping that armor. Oh! Flak goes there! Gets a nail. Oh, man. That was... And the thing with the Spire is if you notice it went up instead of down when those flaks were coming in. Most ships you want to go down and balloon block and take it with the balloon. Spire has a really funny hull hitbox that actually goes up and wraps around the balloon a little bit.
If you hit one of those ribs around the balloon, it counts as hull.
Yeah, absolutely, which
Mhm.
is really strange. Also, the spire has a very triangular sort of shape, which gets thinner at the bottom and wider at the top. So it's better to dodge
Having a
up
party
the spire.
getting eaten
Gonna
alive.
get rammed. Oh, not even. Just internal bleeding flies through the wreckage. Is a mighty.
It was flamethrower and it was watch it at the same time. A very
Yeah.
destructive combination.
Vampire a little bit out of effective range. I don't think he's going to be able to turn this point over at all. I mean, there's no way he's going to be able to take down a period galleon and then another Permidian all at the same time as a squid. That's just not possible, as we see.
As it stands, this is going to bring the blue team about 40 points off where the red team is at.
But of course, red team now look. I mean, they're going to A. That could just be their shortcut to E. That their proposed path of choice. But I don't know if they're going to set up or if they're going to go in, and because 150 points is a whole lot to just hand over to the blue team.
Admittedly, it would be very hard to toss the blue team off a point like this.
This is true.
But look at this. The galleon already moving towards A.
Yeah, it looks like that's what the blue team is predicting. That red team is not going to try to turn it over. So we're going to have a fight at A more than 100 seconds before the point goes active.
This is very strange. There are a couple reasons though this is happening. First off, in the last time red team took a point early, they had the two squids harassing the blue team and keeping them locked down on a point, threatening the entire time. In this situation, both the squids were dead. The spire had already gone down. There was nothing keeping the blue team on the previous point at all.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're trying to draw the blue team up so that they can sneak a squid in the back door. I don't know, but it doesn't look like blue team is biting. They sent that galleon by themselves. One of the Pierce is coming in now, but the whoosh is definitely staying behind, making sure that exact scenario with the squid doesn't happen.
It's pretty reasonable, but Galley, by the time it goes down, the point will be turning over, or much sooner than that.
Yeah,
My goodness.
I mean, 3v1 is a 3v1, regardless if it's two squids and a spire or three Venimidians.
That's true. I just thought they'd tank more.
Mhm.
I thought they have all hands to repair.
I mean, even if they did 3 ships, 3.
That's a good point. Internal bleeding is the first of the Pyramidians on the point, having a party, flaming it back as it flames as well. Support fire coming in from the Great VGS. Vampire trying to move in there, but not having a great angle just yet. Voosh coming in from behind on the having a party. Shots are not really hitting just yet, though. Flax and Gatling going straight into the balloon, not really doing a ton of damage. Meanwhile, internal bleeding is losing hull very quickly, thanks to the Gatling and flamethrower.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a 2v2 going on here, but definite. Well, I don't know. The having a party is dipping out of this fight for some reason. It's just retreating. It's just in full retreat. Vampire is holding its ground and not moving in, while the blue team is also. I don't really know what's going on with this engagement.
Galley is coming back in fast. They are burning. They're loading moonshine into the engines there. Great VGS is the target. Oh dear.
Great VGS turning around very slowly. You can almost.
I think they realize what's happening here, and it is not good.
Oh.
Galley coming in.
Oh, what you say?
Miss!
Oh, whoa! Olay! Olay! Someone, can we get like? Wow! Olay, olay, olay! That's what I was looking for. Oh my gosh, that was gorgeous. That was a gorgeous dodge.
How did that not hit them? It looked like the fins of the Galley clipped straight through the spire.
Wow, that was a thing of beauty. That's Daniel piloting, isn't it? Yes,
it is.
That was an absolute. He twisted and turned that spire in. There was probably only one way out of that situation, and he took it.
Flamethrowers are starting to deal some damage to the Galley. Great VGS trying to dodge low in this situation. Armor is down. They are taking a little bit of damage to the hull. Vampire to this, trying to deal with internal bleeding, but it's just not happening. Internal bleeding has too great a brawl potential, I believe. Yeah, they are the Caro Flamer, which will happily and eagerly eat a squid alive.
Yeah, I mean the Great VGS has done a good job then turning around this engagement on the Galley Galley. I mean they have all of their guns down except for one Hwacha, which I mean is currently being cooked alive. It's been chem sprayed, but how long is that going to hold up? And if you can't get arcs, how much what good is it going to be? I mean VGS just have all guns on target. They got that flamer going, they've got that Hwacha going, they've got that carronade going. I mean it's ugly. It's ugly.
While that happens, Great VGS was not armor break for the Spire. Armor break for the internal bleeding and having a party at the same time. Both armors have come. No, having a party has lost its armor again, struggling to maintain it against internal bleeding. But the red team has tried their best to dominate the point, and they are having a certain level of success. They are capping the point. The Galley Galley is too low to block. Red team is going to get just about 57 points off of this point cap.
That was quite the contestant, and you could see the Galley Galley slammed it into full reverse there as soon as they saw the point was turning over, and it just wasn't quite enough.
Ridiculous. I would have had you just shown me a picture of where the Galley Galley was, I would swear they were in block range.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is the point, it's a cone of influence. So it starts and it kind of expands downward. So, I mean, the lower you go, the more room you have. But, I mean, I guess they were just still out of even that cone shape. And, everyone, they've just said, forget it. They're going on. Everyone's going on to the next point pretty much as soon as Red turned that one over. Oh,
internal bleeding is trying to catch the having a party. It looks like Red team is going to be down a ship in this situation, down 2 ships rather. Great VGS holding back to deal with the Voosh. Galley Galley is not really progressing forward yet. Internal bleeding is the only one really making any progress towards B.
Yeah, I mean, Great VGS is holding on by a sliver as Spires oft do against the Voosh, which, I mean, doesn't even really need, is running away, exposing the engine column to the Spire.
Internal bleeding moving in on having a party, but Vampire to this is going to be able to flank them and make a 2v1 in favor of Red team. Having a party is just going to dodge around for... Oh, good ram, though, from Melon on the having a party, knocking having a party off the point. Great VGS goes down. Blue team is going to be able to move on B very shortly.
Yeah, and I mean, having a party, there goes the hull. Their balloon is out as well. Vampire is coming in to give a hand. I mean, Voosh is just too far out of this fight to give any sort of help. Galley Galley's here, though. Snuck in. Bringing up guns to bear. I think that's definitely gonna turn this engagement just enough to give this point to Blue.
Blue team has the firepower in this situation by a long shot. Voosh coming in. One of the squids is down. The other squid hanging on. Vampire to this. Having a couple fires to deal with. Those shots going right into the balloon there, doing a lot of damage too. Great VGS coming back in against the Galley Galley. Hwacha shots and Hades shots, though, both going wide left.
Vampire has lost hull, those flaks going in, but once again, in arming time, so not back from about 60% of the total damage, give or take. But it looks like there's...
Whoa! What happened?
Whoa! What happened?
We did lose... We lost the SS internal bleeding, actually, to the Great VGS while they were pursuing that second squid.
Oh,
but did go down.
Too much flak power. Too much flak. I mean, I've said this at least 3 times today, but a flak in arming time does 60% of the damage. So when you have 2 of those things going, in arming time, you do 100%, 120% of the damage of a single light flak outside of arming time.
What we just saw in stream is the reason why, as a squid, you do not ram a galleon. It doesn't make any sense. Internal bleeding already sitting on C. They're planning for the next point cap here. This is actually some of the best Crazy King play I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, there's some great back and forth. Usually a Crazy King is one team or the other team has better strategy and or builds. I mean, we have 2 different builds applying to 2 different strategies, and I mean, Red team has been in the lead because they capped the first point, and that might be what this comes down to, is that in this point exchange is going back and forth and back and forth. Red team got the first grouping of points. which means all the blue team needs is one little fluke, one special sort of turnaround, and then it's in their favor.
It might be this next point too. Internal bleeding is sitting on C. There isn't a red ship in range at this point to stop a cap. As soon as these last 5 seconds tick off, Vampire to this might make it in range, but it will be iffy.
I think they got it. I mean, they're gonna stop the cap at least, and then there's that the other squid is coming into having a party. But I don't know if they're gonna be able to turn this over. Of course, the Spire has to spawn pretty far away up on the north end. If the squids can hold on until the Spire gets here, and they can continue doing at least a little bit of damage until the Spire gets here, I think they got a shot. But otherwise,
we could see a similar situation as what happened last time on this point, where the squids just have a ball flying around this point, distracting the enemy team. Vampire to this, though, not getting a lucky break here. They're losing armor and hull very quickly.
There go their engines.
Galley eating it alive.
Yeah, I mean, oh geez, they're just getting rammed and rammed around. Oh, and there goes the other squid. Went down to the internal bleeding.
Ouch.
Yeah. I mean, that scenario I said that red team needed is not happening. So it looks like blue is going to turn this over, get a very pretty penny. Not quite enough to pull a victory.
Great VGS is moving in here. Not a huge fan of this move. I really think they had it right last time, where Great VGS moved on to sit on the point well before they had to worry about it, whereas the two squids were always just coming in and harassing.
I think VGS is just going in so it can die and spawn close to D, because D is up in red spawn. I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan here. Because here he is, he's playing chicken with Galley. Like, that's a death wish if I've ever seen one.
That's not safe behavior.
It's not safe. Practice safe Spire piloting, kids.
I'm shocked that they've drawn Galley off the point at this point. I didn't think they would actually go through the effort of dragging someone off the point.
Yeah, I mean,
Red team is just doing everything in their power to distract blue team right now.
Yeah, from moving the point. I mean, I think maybe the squid died, or I mean, maybe they're just going all in, just all straight up, thinking, all right, we're gonna do as much damage to them before we die, so the next engagement is in our favor. I mean, we're still watching for that squid. Yep, squid respawns real close to D. He's probably just gonna turn around and go get that point. VGS is going down here. Yep. Having a party is escaping, it appears. So everyone's forming up. Blue team's probably going to realize this. We're going to see them make an about face and head for D, but they're probably not going to get there in time.
Looking over at the map, having a party is the only red ship that isn't pretty much sitting on D. It's making its way over there quickly, though. Red team will have a distinct advantage on D. It will not, however, get them the win. The cap here will not get them the win.
Yeah, they're gonna be close. I mean, the next point is probably gonna be the deciding factor.
It will be game point,
unless, of course, it's just contested the entire time.
Oh goodness, pardon me.
No, you're fine. So I mean, yeah, red team is easily gonna cap. Whoa, hang on, 200. Wait a second, they might get this.
Would that get them the win?
If they cap it before it hits 181,
which they do,
80, 20, yeah. This will do it, just barely, but this cap will get them the win, unless blue team can disrupt it and get them off the point long enough to uncap it. This will get red team the win. This is going to get them the win by 1 point. There's going to be one, probably closer to half, an additional point. And if the timers are just off, or if one little tiny thing happens where it takes a second longer for one code to happen than the other, then we're going to see red team finish this off with 549 points.
Did I hear mines going out?
I don't know, did you?
Yes, there are mines. In the cloud behind the point, there are mines just sitting there, which are actually a little hard to see from certain angles.
I don't see them at all.
It's strange. They're right there.
Oh,
They're right
I see
behind
him.
the vampire.
I see him now. Wow. I don't know why they would put them there. I thought you're talking about the cloud up on the west.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. I'd be like, oh, yeah, no, it's a great idea. You can't see that, and you're trying to come in on the point hot. Goodness.
Yeah, I don't know why. They were just like, shoot the manga back in. We don't want anyone to go.
Great VGS has moved out in front of the point to try and distract the red team. Watch is doing a very good job on the Galley Galley. Armor is down, or was down, rather. A few hull shots went into the ship. Galley Galley dodging.
Another one.
Oh my goodness.
Another one of those beautiful.
I think it was a one-shot mirror. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? How is Great VGS alive?
I'm speechless.
I'm
speechless. Their hitbox is connected. I saw that. I called dev hacks. I want a referee to look at that. I want to look at the coding of this match. I want to see. No.
Spin to win.
Blue team is starting to scramble a little bit on the point. They are not able to cap it back. Great tar cloud there by Inkjet in her squid. The galleon goes down. I think that's game.
I think that Spire bull riding thing, like that was. I think that was the defining point of this match. I really do.
It was gorgeous.
Ole.
It was beautiful.
Wow, I am still stunned by that. I have got my glasses on the top of my head and I'm rubbing my eyes. I am floored. Oh, well, they didn't quite pull it off that time, but there's not enough time to turn this point over.
No, having a party has direct advantage over that Pyramidion. Which one was that? That was the Voosh that went down. Internal Bleeding does not have the ability to uncap this point before the win happens. A great
one left
match. Wow. Red team gets a solid win, but the blue team made it very hard.
MVP Daniel's history as a bullfighter.
Daniel from the Riders certainly showed off.
Is a rodeo clown. Daniel for Rodeo Clown 2014. No, but all respect to that. That was gorgeous.
That was miraculous.
Wow.
I'm impressed. And I can't wait to see if he will be flying for the Invitational for the Riders. I'm excited. That being said, thank you everyone for joining us today on the Iron Fork of Friday. We're going to go ahead and cut things here. We do have about 25 minutes left, but my voice cannot take much more.
Oh, tears.
Well, as I was mentioning earlier today, I'm coming down with something again, and I don't like it.
Oh no!
And it is slowly ripping my voice. Oh wait, never mind. Desert Scrap's an option. We're going to full after half hour.
Suddenly, Dan's voice finds its second wind.
No, I'm gonna have to take a couple painkillers tonight.
Oh boy. That's all right, Dan. It's worth it. I've got some pudding here. You want it?
You cannot put pudding through the internet.
I'll find a way. Rob, what is this?
That is a picture. That is actually a live picture of Daniel from that previous match. Rob, no, Rob, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my God, he's doing it. What is that?
Ooh. Oh man, that is some class A humor right there. Wow, that's
ridiculous.
No, that's authentic.
That's authentic.
This is real. We have screenshots from this game.
That is video proof right there. This is today's match.
Dan, not Cat's Dan, but Daniel taking a quick break. Gonna pick up some change. There's a rodeo in town. It's not the more you know. The more you know has nothing to do with Daniel as a rodeo clown. That's just a fact of life.
This is where we find out that Daniel is actually a Hindu, and we have directly insulted his religion.
In which case, I issue a formal apology. Otherwise, you're totally a rodeo clown.
You know, beef is sacred to Hindus.
I'm aware, which is why I said if he's a Hindu, my formal apology. Otherwise, I'm continuing with the joke.
Okay. Just making sure we establish our lines that we're crossing.
No, potential lines that we're crossing. And if we cross those lines, we cover ourselves. It's all everybody wins.
Fair point.
Everybody wins.
Fair point. One other change that was announced during the dev fireside is that they're changing the Banshee.
Mm-hmm.
The secondary damage type is no longer going to be explosive.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it's going to be?
It's going to be fire.
It's going to be fire.
Making the Banshee an official Class A fire weapon.
This is a prime-time fire weapon we are going to have.
Although I have to say, as excited as I am to see the Banshee now being effective against more components, i.e., balloon and a little bit more even against permahull. Let me look up the damage chart real quick. I don't know how this is going to affect its ability as an explosive finisher because it's already a Class B or C even explosive finisher.
It's going to be useless.
I don't know if I remember correctly. Fire damage is not that too much worse for the wearer against the permanent hull. I'm looking up the thing.
Kirk
right?
is putting numbers into calculators and tabulating.
All right. Okay. All right. All right. All right. After some intense calculations, I have found that fire. Okay. All right. Explosive does 1.4 of its total damage. So you take the damage matrix that the gun does, and you multiply that by 1.4, and you get the total damage to the hull. Fire, 1.3.
Okay.
So it's going to be 10% worse, essentially.
But only against hulls.
But only against hull. I mean, and then you gain that 1.5 effectiveness against balloons, as opposed to the 0.25 that explosive had. Now, this is the chart that is on the Guns of Icarus website. Knowing Muse, I have no idea how up to date this is, but this is the best information we have to pull up at a moment's notice.
We have a certain situation developing in game. Meanwhile, the entirety of the blue team is taking galleons.
Oh no, Galleon OP. No, if they bring all pilots, we'll have to end the match early.
Because they win automatically?
You just automatically win. If you bring 3 galleons with all pilots. Dan, are you good with simple multiplication? Do you know how many pilots that is on one team?
About 7 too many.
Closer to about 9 too many.
Wait, no, because a couple of those ships do want to go 10% faster per pilot.
That's right. Rob, what is this?
Shh.
I love it. I want one. Can we keep it?
He's the happy fireman.
Oh, hang on. I just DC'd.
Uh-oh.
Or did the match start? Did the match start?
The match is starting. We're loading in a game right now. The map, if I could rhyme quite so well, is Desert Scrap.
Ooh. Desert Scrap.
Kirk, tell us about it.
Desert Scrap. Remember Dunes we did earlier today? It's like that, except there's a point, and everyone goes into the point. So it turns a big map into a very, very small map, and it's lots of fun.
Things get a little crazy.
A little bit, yeah.
It's kind of like when you go really close to the speed of light and things just get wonky. Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey happens, and you got to be careful.
And we have ships already just in full speed ahead.
We need to know as soon as a cameraman loads in there. Right, Melamidian, first ship for the red side. On the front, we have Mine Launcher and Flamer. On the side, Flamer and Flare. For the external bleeding, flown by Tiberius. Junker, right-hand side, Flamer Mine. Front is a mine. And left-hand side is, holy crap, there's a lot of mine.
Minefecta.
And then we have the Vampire to this. Once again, a squid piloted by Inkjet, Carronade, Mine Launcher, and Mine Launcher. Holy mine launchers.
Wow.
Go ahead, Kirk.
Let's see. We have the HMS Arendelle, which is Lion Guns on the right and Carronade Mercury on the left. And next we have the Galley Galley, which is still that Gatling double flak. Very interesting with Carronade to watch on the other side. And to wrap things up, we have the Deicidae, which is
Deicide.
Deicidae. It's a Galleon. Deicide. Fine, I'll do it your way. Which is Gatling flak Hwacha on one side, double Caro on the other side. Wow.
Mines are going out ever. Melamidian and External Bleeding are both getting eaten alive. Melamidian goes down to Gatling fire from the Deicide. Blue team has a solid opportunity to capitalize on the deaths they have caused on the red side of things. Vampire to this coming in quickly. External Bleeding is down in the Sarlacc pit right now. Not really able to get out just yet. Blue team does get the cap though. And as they are Galleons, game over. Congratulations.
All right, that's it. All right, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Good night now.
On the Iron Fork. Happy birthday.
You're not going to move these Galleons off.
No, this is going to take quite... I mean, while the blue team strategy is Galleons, the red team strategy is Mines. So there's that.
True.
So if they could get a really good just mine, like total chain reaction going that forces a Galleon in the ground, we might see some quick kills. But I mean, those mines need to start landing. I haven't seen any sort of major collisions going on. Oh, Galleon Ram just ate that squid alive.
That looked painful.
I felt that.
Melamidian going up against the Deicide, drawing into enemy fire there from the Galley. Ouch!
Wow, there's just so much explosive damage. Just Hwachas and heavy flaks and all sorts of stuff. You know what? I'm actually not surprised that the Junker has lived so long as the only one who's been able to maintain this spot in the point with its, I mean, high armor index and like low perma is that's what. Oh wait, hang on. Here they go. They're stuck in the ground.
They are grounding out in the Sarlacc pit. They are gone.
Done.
Sarlacc likes armor.
Killed it.
Wow. I mean, red team. It looks like they're starting to form up, make a coordinated assault. The vampires going in definitely slower than it could be. Waiting for the Melamidian and the External Bleeding to spawn back in. And then they're gonna try to make their assault on the Titans. Attack on the Titans.
What?
That's the Galleons. They're like little Titan because they're big and Squid's little.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Melamidian going in solo there.
Oh, he is. He saw
dear.
a sandwich. He's taking it. Oh my gosh! Using the ally to ram into the other ally. He is poking that flamethrower in there. Is going through both ships. Of course, particle weapons transcending reality and moving directly through ships. I mean,
particle weapons can actually move through space-time without actually moving through space itself.
Yeah, that's why they have such limited range, because they just reach a light speed at that point and disappear. Lesmok actually slows down the flamer.
It does?
Yeah, because it takes longer to reach light speed and then transcend into the fourth dimension.
Fair enough.
That's why Cake worships
I don't
fire.
think any of that actually is true.
I think it's all true.
Great tar there by Inkjet, laying mines all throughout the tar. Galley is in a bad way. Pretty much every component on that ship is destroyed. Deicide and Arundel also in a lot.
Wow, there's a lot of red icons over on the blue side of things. The thing with Galleons is they're extremely difficult to engineer on. With 4 heavy weapons, it takes a long time to get anything up and working as soon as it goes down. And mines are really good at getting things down. There are not a lot of weapons available right now for the blue team, and red team is taking full advantage of that.
If you don't have Guns of Icarus, by the way, folks, Dutch Vanya mentioning it will probably be on sale soon. The devs during the fireside today did mention that during the anniversary week, they're going to try to get Guns of Icarus on sale.
All right, so yeah, I mean, this game is absolutely worth $15. Oh, there goes the Galley. Mine kill. And Galley is that low health. It's Deicide? Is that right, Dan? Are you happy?
Deicide. Yes.
Are you happy now? Are you going to yell at me?
Daniel you need to please, because he can kill us.
No, he can dodge us trying to kill him and then kill us. So as long as we don't play aggressively, we'll be all right. Ooh, the
Vamp that does not help you at all, Kirk.
Vamp. Oh, there was a heavy flak in on the External Bleeding. Took a good chunk of its health out. However, Galley is about to go down, and that leaves just the Deicide in on this point with 3 red ships. Arundel is coming in as fast as it can, which, I mean, Galleon. So I mean,
I
if these 3
think-
red ships turn right now, oh, not like that, Melon. That's the wrong kind of turning. It's
I
a
think
heavy mine. It
some of
just
these-
spins.
Some of these blue galleons are trying to do more than what they absolutely should. We did just lose the
Melon.
which ship is that? That was the
That was the Melon.
Melon
Yeah.
to a ground out there inside the point cap. These blue galleons are trying to do a lot more than what their intended purpose should be. Whereas they should just be saying, okay, we're going to sit on the point. We're going to control our zones. We're going to really focus on making sure they can't get mines in against us.
Tank. And everyone on the hull were tanking.
Yeah.
When they're trying to get that ammo out, however, they were not able to kill the deicide quick enough. And now the Arendel's back in. The deicide is moving in the point. The galley is coming in. Red team is not able to turn it over. Now we have 3 galleons on this poor junker. Rams are coming in.
Ridiculous.
Oh, this is not a happy day.
No.
External bleeding is in a lot of trouble right now.
External bleeding has really tried to do everything possible for their team. But as it stands, the external bleeding is really the only ship that can hold
Harpoon.
up against this sustained firepower that the galleons are putting out.
Yeah, I mean, all that explosive damage is just absolutely, I mean, ripping apart that poor Permidian, and especially that poor squid. Like, there's just so many watches in heavy flax.
I understand why people like squids for Crazy Kings, but for actual singular cap point maps, I hate them.
Really? The first point, though, that first cap is so important.
True, but it wasn't the squid that got it in this situation.
This is true. I think the squid was actually a little high to get the point. I don't know. I am. Ugh. This is just galleon OP. Like next week, Dan, I want 6 galleons on my desert scrap.
Or how about this? Next week, we finally take Obvious's idea to the next level.
Don't tell anyone what that is. Leave them in suspense for next week. So we'll get viewer counts. But yes, I know
It involves a free for all.
kind of.
Kind of.
Yes. That's gonna be harder on us though, because we're gonna have to keep track of stuff.
Meh.
Or we'll
We'll just let them all
watch
go
laugh.
at it.
We'll just watch them laugh.
Yeah, that's probably for the best. Blue team at 400 points now. Red team not able to move the Arundel off just yet. Deicide coming back in here. We do have...
What happened to Galley?
Galley
Why is
had
it
its
balloon out?
balloon pop.
From what?
I have no idea.
That is an excellent question, Kirk.
Kirk, I think you're asking questions of our time and age.
The real philosopher of this time is actually Kirk. Oh, the deicide has got the Metamidian between a rock and a hard place, almost literally. Yeah.
They're coming in for a crunch, it looks like, too. It looks like Daniel wants to crunch the Melamidian.
Oh, but is he going to get his own taxes turned against him? Almost. I mean, it's the ram. Oh, did he just shove the Melamidian through that little hole?
Yes, he did. Yep. The one piece of fencing that needed to be there for the deicide
Wow.
was not there.
Wow. And the Melamidian escapes.
Both ships escape, but the deicide is much worse for wear in this
Yeah,
situation.
absolutely. Deicide is at very low. The Arundel is still getting all of its guns up and operational from its complete and utter disable earlier.
Deicide, Arundel, and Galley.
Oh,
Arundel
good
eating some
mine.
mines there.
Melamidian back in this fight. If they're going to turn it around, this is the engagement's going to happen in.
Melamidian needs to kill the deicide. They need to get a solid kill on it. These mines are not really doing a lot of good
here
right
goes the flamer runs out of ammo right as the hull goes down. Oh, but a mine finishes them off. And now the Arundel and the Galley are grounded out in a relatively high position compared to some of the other corners you can slip yourself into. A couple good mines right now might have enough impact damage to, take these 2 ships out and turn this over. Maybe. Emphasis on maybe.
As long as those galleons are still sitting on the point, Red team really doesn't have any options. They need to get a grouped mine hit on both of the galleons before the deicide comes back in.
Oh man, and we don't have our usual Spudnik and Renault and our usual super mine gunners. However, one is down, although Oh, the deicide is coming in very, very quickly. I think he's probably going to get there before they can finish off the Arundel. Oh, external bleeding.
Bleeding.
Their own minds. Ouch.
Not good. Not good. Arundel is going down.
Turning the point over. Nope.
But there it is.
They got that. They got that much.
Blue team 600-0. Gonna get the win. Deicide coming in for a last minute ram on the Melamidian. Oh, that was brutal.
Not escaping this time. I have you now.
Let's watch that on the replay. We haven't really watched replays yet. There he comes. Deicide moving in, getting the bump,
into the wall,
boom,
into the corner. That's it. That's all she wrote.
That was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Blue team they're losing the point actually. Deicide not being able to raise up high enough.
There's not enough time. There's not enough time. There's not enough time if they had more red ships in.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer. We were about to see a turnover. No. Oh, so close. Down to the wire.
Congratulations, Blue team. Solid victory for you guys.
In a phrase, Galleon OP.
Galleon OP. Galleon is a very solid choice on this map.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very solid. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and cut things off for the evening. I want to thank every one of you for joining us. Kirk, you're going to be our new regular host for this now that Oracle has schooling.
Is this a promotion?
Think of it as a side grade.
Can I get a raise?
No.
10% raise.
Only if you're paying us.
Shit. No deal.
Too bad you already signed the contract.
Shit. Why did I sign? Why do I sign things without reading them?
It's your problem, not mine. With that being said, though, thank you so much for joining us, folks. Thank you, Kirk. Thank you, Rob, for being here. We want to thank every one of you for both participating in game and watching us on stream, tweeting about us, sending out your love through the social networking. Make sure you check out everything that we have to offer here on twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show. We're going to go over to our host mode, at least for a little bit. I don't know if Rob has any. Rob, do you have any plans for tonight?
Not just yet. No.
Okay, I don't. My voice is wrecked.
Then I'll be gone all day tomorrow.
There you go. I'll probably do something tomorrow. Maybe. Oh no, Heroes of the Storm isn't even up. No, I'm not. I'm going to take the weekend off like I planned. I planned this weekend, next weekend off, and I'm going to try to hold to that because I need to give my voice a rest. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. This is it for the Iron Fork of Friday for this October 3rd, 2014. Kirk, Rob, you guys, every one of us, the players, the audience, thank you. Have a good night now. You've been watching twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show.
Happy birthday.